Hi, I'm Shane.
I'm Kelsey,
and this is Dixie, and we're Love Hut for Life. We've been living on the road in our self-built truck-bed tiny home camper thing for 49 weeks now.
Yeah, guys, and this week we got back to traveling at the rate that you're used to. We've covered 4 states this week. We're coming to you from Virginia. I hope you enjoy this week's video as much as we enjoyed making it for you. When we left you last week, we were in Destin, Florida, helping a friend out with a pretty interesting job.
My buddy Chris had purchased a floating entertainment center which featured 2 trampolines, a water slide, a rope swing, and a diving board, and it was our job to pull it out of the Destin Bay and bring it back to Alabama.
While the boys worked on that, I had a very pleasant surprise. My best friend Becca and her little man Carter came to see me and distracted me for most of the day.
I don't really know what we were expecting, but I can tell you this turned into quite the job.
We all worked late into the night, but it was clear we were going to be here for a few days. We were up bright and early the next morning and back at it again.
With the help of the awesome staff at Brooks Bridge Marina, we used 2 forklifts to get the top separated from the bottom.
While Dixie sat in a box and screamed at us all because we weren't paying her enough attention. The sun went down, but it wasn't until about midnight that we finally accepted we weren't getting done tonight.
I believe this was my first trip to Waffle House at 1:30 in the morning, sober.
Next morning, it was just a couple of hours of work before we were completely packed up and ready to hit the road again.
We waved goodbye to the Gulf Coast and headed back to the woods of Alabama.
All the way up to their river house on the Coosa River, where that boat we went and got a few weeks ago still resides. Told you would see it again.
Chris met back up with us with his ice cream boat to assist in removing this thing from the trailer, and we all got to work trying to beat the sun once again.
While me and Dixie enjoyed an absolutely incredible sunset over the river.
The next morning we woke up to a beautiful view of the Coosa River and did our best to help Chris get this thing reassembled before we had to leave.
He's going to be working on that for quite a while on his own, but it was time for us to hit the road, get this trailer back to my cousins in Tuscaloosa, and make our way back to Corner, Alabama, where our house was sitting ready to be put back on the truck.
That night was all about hanging out with Meemaw, but the next day it was time to get to work.
We started our morning hanging out with the critters and saying goodbye to our buddy Adzo, but then it was time for us to start working on the truck and the house, getting everything ready to go for, I don't know, at least another 9 months before we stop again.
This part here might look scary, but in reality, this was one of the safer portions of our day.
There would be no cranes involved in getting the house onto the truck this time, which meant we had to back underneath this thing. The phone died, but you wouldn't have been able to see it anyways because we worked late into the night. We got it done though. The next morning, we were both up bright and early before the sun, ready to get all of this cleaned up and back on the road. It's almost here, guys.
After getting everything packed up, we were on the road headed towards Tennessee.
Made it a few hundred miles and found a spot right outside of the Prentice Cooper State Forest, but we were honestly so tired that we barely even set up camp and were asleep before 9 o'clock.
We had a whole lot of ground to cover the next day, and by a whole lot, I mean the entire width of Tennessee.
It sure is nice looking out my window and seeing that house in the rearview mirror right where it belongs.
Always, Tennessee was very scenic, but it wasn't until we crossed the Virginia state line that the fall colors really started to set in.
We were racing the sun, but finally made it to the Jefferson National Forest just in time to meet up with the chosen family and celebrate the birthday of one of our favorite people. Happy birthday, Mary!
It felt good to wake up and drink coffee with part of our tribe, and hopefully by next week there'll be even more of us. As always, I would like to thank each and every one of you for following us along so far on this journey. If you're new to this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below, as well as the little bell so you get notified when we post a new video every Saturday. Also, if you're interested, check out our new Patreon account. We're going to be utilizing that account to add to our adventure by buying drones and any other filming equipment we need.
Yeah, guys, it's all about making it your viewing experience better. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. You're all awesome. Peace out. Have a good week.
Bye, y'all.